is Claire McCulley. She is an English professor, trans woman, and parent to 6 children, and she's going to read an original poem.
Close. Well, I really appreciate what Bonnie was saying about everything she's doing for kids up here. I have a kid at the magnet school and at the middle school, so we have a lot of Zoom classes going on in my house right now, which is kind of crazy. So the other Bonnie that was up here was talking about stop and the sign for welcome and friend. This poem is more of a stop, and I actually wrote some of the material that ended up in this poem when I was still a registered Republican. So I actually voted for Obama the first time around, and I voted for Mitt Romney in 2012. It's a little scary to admit to all of you, but a lot of the outrage that I felt that's in here is more about my positive feelings about America and what I think our country can be if we support each other and we fight racism and we fight and stand up for equal rights and respect for everybody. To the undead president, you didn't come to drain the swamp. You crawled out of it. You are an infection of mindless hunger, a pandemic of your own making, a white tick swollen with applause, narrow little eyes blind to your own privilege. You are a camera whore, a parasite queen crowned by Russians, smiling in back rooms. But you're no beauty, shriveled with insecurities about crowd size, pouting over your tiny share of the popular vote, a paranoid pariah, a con artist of debunked conspiracies, a street hustler of knockoff patriotism who turns the same cheap tricks as fascists and dictators. Underneath your desperation, you are soft and spoiled, playing dress up in daddy's suits and red power ties, a fragile, frightened boy behind a curtain of hate. You are the snarl behind a keyboard, an ugly shout in all caps, keys clicking and clacking, a sick canary tweeting in the dark tunnels of your poisoned mind. Absent of reason, snapping at anything, at anyone who isn't white, who isn't straight, a no account who won't account for his misogyny and racism. You boast about building walls, but you've only built them between minds and facts, between people and their good sense, between morality and law, between the poor and justice, between your reflection and your own shame. You are the unread pages of library books moldering on neglected shelves, the librarian sleeping in cobwebs and silence, the English language chained in the basement, tortured and feared dead, scientific fact tossed into burn piles, spin doctors stoking the flames. You are the love child of pocketbooks and fat purses, of smartphones, of reality TV and ultra HD, instant gratification, all titillation, an emptiness that can't be filled. An orgy of hunger, a streaker lunging barefoot across stadiums on Black Friday, an endless cycle of consumption and waste, taking and taking and taking, the mind gone metal on metal, thoughts like forks churning and chattering in garbage disposals. You are the violator of the violated, the braggart groping Lady Liberty, then buying her silence. You are the porn star of the butcher's shop, the terrorist in his van, the cowardice of package bombs, shooters in the public square, bite-sized minds swallowed by hate, the meanness of their triggers pulled again and again and again, taking and taking, full of complaints, devoid of solutions. The buck never stops with you. You are a rally of shaking fists, Bleachers of brains lurching like monster trucks, America's blood boiling, cartoons' eyes rolling, reason and logic burning upon the darkened fields of our republic. You are rage behind a wheel, a boot on an accelerator, a xenophobe, a nationalist, a son of a gun, a car plowing through protesters' bodies flung to both sides of your whitehood. You dog whistle, play possum, play dumb, play us all for patsies. All that is worthy of honor is mashed between your molars, separation of powers, church and state, freedom of the press, respect, equality, and consent. You despoil decorum, fleece the common good, pretend history is made of lies you tell yourself. You are the soothsayer gone silent, you are the lost names of constellations, you are the sky devoid of meaning, a darkened city sliding off a hill. Special prosecutors can indict you, spineless Republicans won't impeach you, human decency won't deter you. You think you will always have your way with voters, with facts, with women, but we will stop you. You will not devour us. We will load our minds, focus our 2020 vision, steady our resolve, and take our one shot. Maybe you think we will miss, that you will keep us off balance with fake news, slinging mud on anyone with a spine, extolling the virtues of yes men, brown-nosing dictators, extorting foreign powers to cheat the electorate. But we won't allow you 4 more years to keep taking, and taking, eating, and eating. We will respect this planet, the health of all Americans, and the body of our nation. When we vaccinate ourselves against your corruption, when we disinfect the Oval Office and leave you muzzled by irrelevance, when we take your American horror story out of syndication.